Happy day students. Today we are going to read lesson 3, two stories about flying. In this lesson there are two stories. His first flight, which is written by Liam O'Flaherty. Second we have The Black Aeroplane, which is written by Frederick Forsyth. Just have a look at the flow chart. First we will read the first story, which is his first flight. Actually, children, this story is based on his is a character, that is central character, who is a seagull. Seagull is a bird. This story is based on the seagull's first flight, like how was his first flight. The story depicts the nervousness before doing something new. This happens with all of us when we try something new or do something new. It can be going to new school or any new place, or it can be even talking to new friends. In this story, we are going to see a young seagull who is initially afraid to fly, and how does he conquer his fear. Actually, a bird is born to fly. It has to fly, but it doesn't have any confidence. It is scared. Let us see what happens. In this flow chart, I have written all the events which happens in the story. I am going to explain these events one by one. First, we have the young seagull called to fly. The young seagull was alone on his ledge. His two brothers and his sister had already flown away. When he wanted to fly, he could not do so. He was very much afraid of flying. Therefore, he failed to gather up the courage to fly. He was really very sad. His father and mother came near him. They called him to fly. They even rebuked him. They threatened that if he did not fly, he would die of hunger there. But he could not even move. Second, we have the young seagull can't fly. That was 24 hours ago. Since then, no one had come near him. He had watched his parents, brothers and sister flying. His parents had been perfecting his brothers and sister how to dive for fish on their own. They called him to fly, but he could not. Next is heat increases. The sun was rising in the sky. He felt the heat because he had not eaten since the previous nightfall. Mother reaches near him with food. The seagull closed his eyes, standing on one leg. He had the other leg hidden under his wing. He pretended to sleep, but his parents didn't look at him. However, his mother was looking at him. He saw her tear at a piece of fish at her feet. He gave out a sound to get it. His mother replied in a sound and looked at him. His mother picked a piece of the fish. She flew across to him with it. He leaned out, tapping the rock with his feet. His mother flew across, trying to get nearer to him. The sight of food made him mad, as he was very hungry, but he could not get it. Dives for food. The seagull waited a moment in surprise. He wondered why his mother did not come nearer. He was so mad with hunger that he dived at the fish. He fell outwards with a scream and downwards into space. His mother had swooped upwards. As he passed beneath her, he heard the swish of her wings. Flight begins. Then a great fear caught him. His heart stood still. He could hear nothing, but it only lasted a moment. The next moment he felt his wings spread outwards. He felt the wind rushed against his breast feathers. Then it rushed under his stomach and against his wings. He was not falling headlong now. He was soaring slowly downwards and upwards. He was no longer afraid. He could fly on his own. Now, joy of flight. The seagull gave out a joyous scream. He soared higher, calling ga ga ga. His mother gave out a sound. Then his father flew over him screaming. Then he saw his brothers and his sister flying around him. They were roaring and diving. So children, you can see here, you can imagine how the family was enjoying the scene around. Then he completely forgot that he had not always been able to fly. He commended himself to dive and soar. He was near the sea now. Flying straight over it, he saw a vast green sea beneath him. His parents and his brothers and sister had landed on this green surface of water ahead of him. They were calling him to do the same thing. Now last, what happened? Lands on the surface of the water. He dropped his legs to stand on the green sea, but his legs sank into it. He cried with fear. He tried to rise again, flapping his wings, but he was tired and weak with hunger. He could not rise. His feet sank into the green sea. His belly touched it. He sank no further. He was floating on it. Around him was his family, crying and praising him. They all were celebrating because the bird who was afraid to fly, who was not ready to fly, finally he did it. They were offering him scraps of dogfish. He made his first flight successfully. Now children, now like this, the first story ends. Second, we have The Black Aeroplane, which is written by Frederick Forsyth. Frederick Forsyth, the writer, is an English writer and he was also a journalist. Just have a look at the flowchart, students. Here also I am going to explain you all the events which I have mentioned it. See the numbers I have mentioned and all the events I am going to explain you. So first is author flying his Dakota aeroplane. The author says that he was flying an aeroplane at 1 o'clock at night. The moon was coming up in the east behind him. Stars were shining in the sky above him. He was flying his old Dakota aeroplane over France back to England. He was dreaming of his holiday. He was looking forward to being with his family at the breakfast table. Call for Paris control. He decided to call Paris control. He then radioed to it. He told it that he was on his way back to England. Paris control duly acknowledged it, advised him to turn 12 degrees west. Sees storm clouds. He duly turned to that direction. Everything was going well. Paris was about 150 kilometers behind him. Then he saw the storm clouds. They looked like black mountains in front of him. He knew he could not fly up and over them. He didn't know for a moment what to do. Great flying problems faced. He decided to go back to Paris, but he also wanted to get home. So he took the risk and flew into the storm. He could see nothing outside his aeroplane. Everything was black. The old aeroplane jumped and twisted in the air. He looked at the compass. It was gone. He tried to contact Paris control, but he couldn't contact it too. He was lost in the storm. He was scared now. Another aeroplane in those clouds. Then in the black clouds, he saw another aeroplane. It had no lights on its wings. He could see it flying next to him in the storm. He was glad to see another person. He was saying to follow him. The author thought he was trying to help him, so he followed him. He flew for half an hour. He had fuel only to last for 5 or 10 minutes. He began to feel frightened. Then he started to go down, saved and land safely. Suddenly he saw that he was on the runway. He looked for his friend in the black aeroplane. He wanted to thank him, but the sky was empty. Now this is the suspense. Mystery rather. He went into the control tower. He asked a woman where he was. She looked at him strangely and then she laughed. She told that there was no other aeroplane except his that night. Author's great surprise. The author was wonderstruck to hear it. He wondered who had helped him to arrive there. He was without a compass or a radio. He did not have enough fuel also in his tanks. Who was the pilot on the strange black aeroplane flying in the storm without lights? Like this story is also over. Now I want you people to recapitulate both the story with the help of the PPT. Part 1, his first flight, which is written by Liam O'Flaherty. About the author, just have a look at the slide. Lesson at a glance. The story His First Flight by Liam O'Flaherty is about a young seagull who is afraid to fly. All his younger siblings, despite their much shorter wings, flew fearlessly while he could not gather the courage to trust his own wings. The young seagull became sad when he saw his parents perfecting his younger siblings in the art of flying. His parents scold and taunt him for not even trying. They even call him a coward. They tell him not to at least try and also threaten him to leave him alone and hungry if he does not. The following day he is left in isolation, and upon feeling hungry he tries to seek the attention of his family members. Only his mother, who is withering a fish in an attempt to eat it, notices his son. The young seagull cries out of starvation, hoping his mother would help. On seeing his mother come to him with the fish, he gets excited. But on noticing that his mother stopped midway, he gets maddened out of hunger and takes a dive at the fish, forgetting for a moment that he is afraid to fly. Finally, he took his first flight. All the family members celebrate his victory by cheering and dancing around him. He also attempts at floating in the sea that he was once afraid of. Thus, he overcomes his fear and realizes that it is all in the mind. Of difficult words, just have a look at the slide. Part 2, The Black Aeroplane by Frederick Forsyth. Introduction. The Black Aeroplane by Frederick Forsyth reflects on how one's judgment gets distorted due to fantasizing and how it creates problems. In this chapter, the narrator is a pilot who is so eager to meet his family and have a good breakfast that he takes the wrong decision of facing the storm instead of doing the right thing. Miraculously, he somehow manages to escape with the help of a mysterious aeroplane. The author, just have a look at the slide. Lesson at a glance. The story Black Aeroplane is about a pilot who feels happy and contented to fly over a city that is sleeping at that night. He is flying from Paris to London. While taking his flight, he dreams about the long holiday with his family. He also fantasizes about the scrumptious breakfast he would have upon landing. As soon as he crosses Paris, he gets a look of the dark clouds. that were a sign of upcoming storm. The right decision would have been to turn back to Paris for the sake of safety, but he, being overshadowed by his dreams and not wanting to delay them, risked the life of his passengers and heads straight into the storm. Lesson at a glance continued. Everything gets dark. He is unable to see. All his direction instruments stopped functioning and he lost control of the plane. When all hope was lost, he saw another plane whose pilot was more than willing to rescue them. The author was panicking as there was very less amount of fuel left. The anonymous pilot, that means unknown, stranger, guided them out of the storm and disappeared as soon as they saw light. Upon landing, when he asked the lady in the control room about the other pilot, he is left in shock when she says that there was the only one plane that was his in the sky. New words and its usage. Just have a look at the slide. Thank you, students. Hope you have understood the lesson.